everything that Jessica Gao, the woman that writes the show, claims that she wants. She wants a sitcom showing every single day life. And it's like, but you don't do that ever. You haven't done that once in the show. She's like, oh yeah, doing laundry. You haven't shown her doing laundry once.
That was like an example. So what? Are you arguing that you want an episode focused around her doing laundry? Like we see her doing like dating apps and shit. Are you passionate for that laundry episode? Give me a fucking laundry episode, motherfuckers.
This organized chaos video is brought to you by viewers like you. Thank you.
Hello again. I took a week just to cover the Cincinnati Comic Expo, and it was a lot of fun. Not a lot of views, but I enjoy doing it. It's an exciting weekend that you are thoroughly exhausted by at the end of. But it's nice to talk to like independent creators and get the thoughts of some of the bigger name creators and panels and stuff like that. It's just a fun experience, and it's busy. It's good fun. It's also worth noting it was nice to take a break from looking at all the anti-woke stuff and get like a little bit of sanity, and it's fun talking about the Comic Expo as if it's sanity from a like an actual thoughtful perspective. It is. You're not dealing with some insane takes all the time. But you know what? It also kind of recharged me. Now I'm kind of looking forward to looking at more anti-woke stuff. We'll see how long that goes. But yeah. But I thought I noticed a good transition point, and it's someone I haven't covered for a while. That Star Wars girl was apparently at Cincinnati Comic Expo. I totally missed her. Not sure I would have said. You want to debate? But that's an idea that I'll get to towards the end of the video. But apparently she was there. I finally met William Shatner. Here's my Cincinnati Comic Expo adventure. So we'll be looking over that, since apparently we were at the same spot. But before that, let's get introduced to that Star Wars girl, because here's a clip that went viral from that on a stream that she was on.
Have you guys seen this?
Oh, I come from the South, from the deep, deep South.
Judy Garland's America's
Where
Sweetheart.
the fields of cotton just die with blight, and the pappy reads Esquire with delight, while the Alabama mammy plays bridge all night, way down south in Dixie, swinging low.
That's Judy Garland.
Judy Garland, everybody.
Y'all are trying to smash the Downs chicken. I'm ready to hit it with that African queen right there.
Tremendous singing voice.
Queen of the Nile.
I'm sorry, but Judy Garland should play Rogue as far as I'm concerned.
So obviously some very cringe takes there, looking over a blackface Judy Garland from a different time, yes, but obviously it's bad. But of course, talk about, hey, I want to smash it. Not the best takes. And I also have to wonder, what brought on this conversation of, hey, let's look at Judy Garland in some blackface. That's an interesting thing to bring to your stream. But okay, let's look at what she says about the Cincinnati Comic Expo.
What's up, all my Ewok Shovels, droids, and Wookiees? It's Ann.
So it looks like she's doing a fundraiser for orangutans. That's good. That's nice. You don't usually see stuff like that from these anti-woke people, but let's see.
And also is that Star Wars girl. And in today's video, we are going on an adventure from here in beautiful southern sunny California to Cincinnati, Ohio. But guys, before we get into that, my channel...
Holy crap, she's in California. She went to Cincinnati Comic Expo. William Shatner's been doing the convention circuit. That's the closest one she could get to.
This hardcore shadow band here on YouTube. So every single like, share, comment, really.
Yes. How many subscribers do you have? Yes, she has a shadow ban on YouTube with 223,000 subscribers. That's a hell of a shadow ban, I just gotta say.
Really helps out my channel fighting the pesky YouTube algorithms. And if you guys haven't yet...
The algorithm loves these guys. I'm tired of this conversation. Oh, the algorithm hates us. The algorithm loves the anti-woke crowd.
Maybe take a minute, smash the subscribe button, ring that bell for notifications. Make sure that bell is set to all. That way you actually get notifications when I post videos and when I do live streams. And then that's out of the way. Let's get on.
I guess I should do the same thing. Yeah, make sure to hit subscribe, like, and the bell.
On to the adventure.
We'll be looking at the airplane wing for about 8 minutes, so we get monetization.
So I just landed in Cincinnati.
You know, it would have been actually kind of funny if she thought to put like a little gremlin on there. That would have been funny.
One of those half hours was a guy who turned out to be a Czechoslovakian acrobat in a fuzzy suit, standing on the wing of a 747.
And there's a freaking saber-toothed tiger fossil here at the airport. How bizarre. There's a freaking mammoth fossil here. What the heck? This is so bizarre. This isn't an airport. Wow.
Okay, everyone, we made it to Cincinnati. Everyone say hi to Ashton. Hi. Her channel is linked down below in the description of this video. We are on another adventure. But so we went up to our hotel, we checked in, we freshened up, and now we're gonna go sneak up on the guys who are at this bar. Let's go. Okay, so last night was great. We got really, really drunk, and now Ash and I are trying to head over to the con, but we found like this cool, like where we can watch everyone. We were drinking right down there. Also, look, Code Red. Here's my costume. You guys can kind of, there's the back, and then there's Ashton. But we are going to meet, oh, Ashton, do you want to tell everyone who you met last night?
I mean, she's actually a decent cosplayer, in my opinion. I wish it didn't come with the bigotry, but yes, decent cosplay.
Oh, you want to tell everyone who you met last night?
Yes, as you can tell, my costume, and not the Michael Myers mask. I was in an elevator yesterday, and Christopher Lloyd was like right next to me, and I was too shy to actually say anything. There was also like 10 people in the elevator, so I said, "Christopher Lloyd!" You know, I feel like just like a bunch of people would hound him. I don't want to do that to the poor man. I was kind of sitting there thinking, oh my gosh, I am just trying not to say "Great Scott" at the top of my lungs. And I was just like, I hope everyone has a great night, and like nodded and like walked out really politely, but oh my gosh, I was just shaking.
So we were actually at the bar, and I saw him, and I was like, oh my gosh, look, it's Doc. It's Doc from Back to the Future. And everyone's like, what? And I was like, Ashton, go talk to him. And I made her run after him. And she got to ride an elevator with him, which is cool. And then she's going to meet him today.
That's a little weird, but okay. Yeah, it's good to treat them like normal people. Like, if you want to talk to them and they just happen to be nearby, go ahead. But, like, don't like, run after them and shit. Don't get super weird.
In this costume. I'm obsessed with Back to the Future.
Oh, no, I think we're going the wrong way.
We are definitely.
We made it! Okay, we got through the line, and now we're entering the convention. Ashton, say hi.
Hello!
Walking into the con. There's Ashton. Inception. Inception, Ashton.
Inception! We are here at Cincinnati.
Now we're actually at stuff I recognize.
I'll put this on. Okay, I gotta show you guys this. Look at how funny. Here's where I lost Ashton. I don't know where she went. But we're walking around the con right now. She needs to take a picture with William Shatner, so we're going to her photo op. Oh, look at it's a Rancor. It's a freaking Rancor.
Oh my gosh. Look, it's George Lucas and Luke Skywalker. This is hilarious. It's William Shatner. Look at it was him. Oh my god. Waiting in line to meet William Shatner. Are you excited?
Yes.
Show off your mask.
He's all squished.
Mine is moving. Look at, we're almost there. So Ashton's actually going to take the picture with William Shatner, and then I'm going to take one a little bit later. But still, she's so excited.
I just remembered using Twilight Zone, so I don't feel like a complete weirdo.
So Ashton got to take a picture with William Shatner. The only thing that sucks, though, is they have him behind, like, the plexiglass.
Yeah.
But how do you feel?
He's 92, so I can kind of understand it, but honestly, he was very sweet. The 2 seconds I met him, they shoved me in, shoved me out. I'm going to have this signed by him later.
Which is probably going to be a little bit of a better experience. While we were in line, I got really hungry, so now I got my hot dog. I'm going to eat it.
Well, this is exciting.
And and then we're gonna go walk up to where William Shatner's panel is gonna be. And Inception.
You there, please come up here or over there to take any pictures during any of the panels, okay? Second thing is, if you look under your seat, there are 2 keychains underneath your seat taped. If you have one of the 2, go to the coat rack room after the panel, and you guys can get.
I'm just kind of interested if there's a shot of me. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. So I was just looking over it, and you can barely see the side of my head very briefly in the corner that I'm certainly covering up with my window.
Minutes. Thank you.
No, it's only the people that got it that win.
About being Captain Kirk.
What was my favorite part of being Captain Kirk? Well, acting the part was really fun. They wrote all kinds of things for me to do. You know, double characters, falling in love with weird people.
Oh yeah, and if you haven't checked it out, you can see this full panel on my channel.
Green paint that came off, you know. It was just a wonderful role to play. And that was really the best part of being Captain Kirk. What Captain Kirk has done for me since then, being able to stand in front of you and getting a full house like this, is what Captain Kirk has done. So everything in terms of being a celebrity has come from Captain Kirk. So Captain Kirk was not only fun to do, it's engendered all the things that came afterwards.
Alrighty, thank you.
Thank you.
So I'm here looking at some comics with Yellow Flash. Say hi, Yellow Flash.
Yo, I just bought this one.
Oh, nice.
Ooh, Yellow Flash.
And I'm thinking I'm gonna buy this one. What do you think? Should I buy it?
Yes.
I think I'm gonna do it. I'm walking around shopping, and look at, I found Henry! Oh, it's a Henry Migo. Henry. So I was walking around shopping. I bought way too many comics, but guys, after years of searching, guess what I found? I found Henry! I'm so happy I finally have my Henry doll, which I will totally do an unboxing video for when I get home. I finally have him though. Okay, remember when I did the unboxing of Arwen and there was no freaking box for my hot toy? Apparently this is the nice box that I didn't get. Alright, so I'm at this toy booth and I finally found Fives! You wanna say hi? Look, it's William Shatner on his bike! We're in line waiting to go meet him. I'm so excited. Okay, so I just got to meet William Shatner and take a picture with Captain Kirk, and then they made me retake it because I guess I blinked, and I told him, I was like, I'm sorry, and he's like, I'm not. Ah! Amazing. And oh my gosh, guys, look it, I found Camelot. Look, you can see his nips. Okay, so I just found the greatest booth ever. They have these like drinks, and look at this one. It's Simp Juice. I think I'm gonna get it, and this will be my cup for on air. I love it. We're back at the hotel. We're gonna go to dinner, but I want you guys to see who's behind me right now. Do you guys see right there? There's Doc at the couch. Isn't that amazing? From Back to the Future? It's amazing. Okay, so now I'm at the restaurant, and I'll let you guys see if you can recognize who's at the table. Damn it, the stupid waiter. Give me a second. I'll give you a spoiler.
Keeps finding the people that I like.
Everybody likes these people. Everybody likes.
Especially like
Everybody likes Doc. Everybody likes Lurch. Okay, now you guys can see. Look at it's Lurch right there from the Athens family and Star Trek. So the guys are getting baked Alaska and they set it on fire, but I missed it.
I got it.
Oh, okay. Ashton got it.
Got it.
Look at Inception.
Wow, there's not much to this video, is there?
There's Ashton's nose. There's Phil's face and ear. Look at there it is.
Oh my god. I'll blow your face.
Okay. Okay, here's a better video. See, you guys see Lurch? Look at he's standing up. Isn't that cool? Look at Lurch. Alright everyone, so it's our last day here at the Cincinnati Comic Book Expo. Say hi to Ashton. We are going to go head in now, and Ashton's going to go meet Ginny from Harry Potter, and I'm going to try to get my photo with William Shatner signed. So let's go do this. Oh my gosh, look at and the guy in the front even has the rabbit. Oh my gosh, guys, look at it's William Shatner right back there. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna see Captain Kirk. I'm so excited. Meet William Shatner. I'm so excited. Okay, so I met William Shatner, and I was really, really awkward. I got him to sign my book, not my picture, because he's already in the picture, so why do I need that? But it was really, really awkward, or I was really, really awkward, and feel really uncomfortable about it, because I was so awkward, and yeah, so I'm not too happy, but it is what it is. He said that he liked that I had a different costume every day, so that was cool. So Ashton and I are walking around shopping, and this kid stopped us and he gave us little duckies. He like customized shoes and stuff, and he likes my shoes. And he's like, I need to give you a ducky. It's just cute. So I got a ducky.
At this super cute booth, look at all these stickers. I got that one. And then I got some keychains, but they're so cute.
They're filming a TikTok, I'm assuming. And then you got a bunch of cosplayers. Ashton's like freaking out over the Doctor Who cosplay. Alright everyone, well it is the end of our trip. The con is about to close, but look at Ashton, we found this cool like sky bridge. Ashton, did you have fun? What do you think?
Fun.
What do you think of this con?
It's fun.
Yeah?
I like the anime monster a little bit better, not gonna lie.
Yeah, Anime Matsuri I think is just a little bit better, but we did get to meet William Shatner. But so that's one side of the con. We're on this like cool like bridge where you can walk over everything, and then you can see the other side, which is cool. It was a really fun con, but yeah, it wasn't as good as Anime Matsuri. I'm thinking I'm gonna take a break from cons for a while, but if you guys want me to go to more, let me know which ones down below in the comment section. If you guys like this video, please smash the like button. If you didn't, that's okay too. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, I hope you guys all have a great rest of your day, morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you are in the world, and may the force be with you, because we are really, really, really going to need it. Bye everyone.
Alright.
Wow. Okay. There. Not much to that one. Literally just her at Cincinnati Comic Expo. Fine. Okay. Jesus Christ. Look at this. She has done like so, let's do another one, but she has done like so much on fucking She-Hulk. It's ridiculous. I don't know how I've not covered anything she's done on She-Hulk. This is insane. Okay, let's see. What She-Hulk video has the most views? 13 minutes ago. 14K, 15K, 23K, 18K. She's done 2 on female Marvel fan reviews She-Hulk. So, like, there's 2 female reviews, I'm sure, I'm negative. Okay, 3? I don't even know how much more She-Hulk I care to talk about. I really liked the last episode, I will say that. I want to do something a bit more recent. Okay, we'll talk about the, what's her name? The actress, Tahil, what is her name? But she got into an argument with Jeremy Griggs recently. I don't know what's going to come up on Twitter, so let's just go ahead and do the safe thing here. Okay, Jameela Jamil. I'm certain I'm slaughtering her name, but she got into a little argument with Jeremy Griggs. Yeah, I don't know. She probably shouldn't get in an argument with someone as awful as that, but hey. But let's see what she says about the meltdown, because, yeah, they got into an argument. You know, when you have somebody like Jeremy Griggs constantly shitting on you, and then it's a meltdown just because you reply, what the fuck? You're not allowed to reply to stuff without having a meltdown? I'm confused by this standard. It's kind of ridiculous. But let's see what she says. I'm sure she will agree with Jeremy Griggs. And if you're not familiar with that Star Wars girl, this should give you a bit more of a taste of who she's like. That Expo video really doesn't.
What's up, all me Ewoks, tribbles, droids, and Wookiees? It's Anna, also known as Star Wars Girl, and in today's video, I'm going to be talking about how the...
Is it just me, or does she begin every video with a British accent? Why'd she do that? That's weird.
Actress that plays Titania in She-Hulk had a complete meltdown and was just going off.
A meltdown being she replied to Jeremy Griggs. What a meltdown.
On people on Twitter. Now, before we get into that, though, my channel is Hardcore Shadow Band here on YouTube, so every single like, share...
Oh my god, shut the fuck up about being shadow banned. You are not shadow banned. Oh my god. Hold on. We're gonna figure this one out right now. Let's see how shadow banned you are. You got 223,000 subscribers. Over the last 30 days, you've gone nearly 500,000 views. Jesus Christ. How shadow banned you must be to get 500,000 views in a month. Oh dear. You must be in trouble. Now, let's see. Oh, there, it's right there. Estimated monthly earnings, 159 to 2.5K. Now, I'm going to tell you straight up, my experience with these earnings, it's almost never as high as the high one, but it's usually actually pretty close. Usually the high one is your accurate. So she makes around 2K a month on YouTube. That's a hell of a shadow ban. Let me cry. Let me cry for that. And she makes hateful content. And if you haven't seen one of my videos covering her, then you will learn here.
Comment really helps out my channel, fighting the pesky YouTube algorithms. And if you guys haven't already, maybe take a minute, smash that subscribe button and ring that bell for notifications. Make sure that bell is set to all, that way you actually get notifications when I post videos and when I do live streams. And with that being said, let's get on to the topic. Now, the funny thing about this whole situation is I only found out about it because I wasn't on a show called Simpcast. Is a show that I do on Chrissy Mayer's channel. It's every Sunday night at 6 p.m. Pacific.
Chrissy Mayer made a great racist joke when I was first looking over this anti-woke stuff.
Didn't they, the NFL said that they would play the black national anthem before the regular national anthem? And I was like, what even is the black national anthem? Is it just sirens? What?
Is black...
Why is the quality so low? Why?
Pacific Standard Time. And they were talking about it, and they brought it up to me because I've been covering She-Hulk very extensively, and I had no idea because
I'm sure she's been covering it very well too.
A lot of the people that are involved in this, like commenting and whatnot, I'm blocked by most of them, so I didn't see it. I had to go and manually search, and if you guys watch the Simcast,
gee whiz, I wonder why. I wonder why they block you. I have to wonder.
Last episode, you guys know, I was like, I can see more from Chrissy's account than I can from my own account because everyone that was responding to this woman has me blocked, so it was a nightmare. But my friend Yellow Flash, if you guys aren't following Yellow Flash 2 over on YouTube, you definitely should. He makes really great content. I do a show on his channel every Saturday night called Flashcast. You guys should go check it out. He made a great little short. I'm just gonna mute it, but maybe I can play the audio. We'll see. Fingers crossed I don't get flagged. I'll edit out the music if it gets me flagged, but he made a great little short, so I'm gonna play it for you guys. So this is the tweet that started it all. It says, her waiting for the finale episode of She-Hulk, eating the thing. Somebody said, all that build up, a 20-minute episode for nothing to happen. You won't be seeing season 2, Fry. She responds, dude, who cares? I got to live my dream and be in a Marvel project and go to events where I got to meet all my favorite Marvel heroes and stars, talk to them about their movies, and I got paid. My cup is full, but how is your life going? So she's clapping back hard. Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers said, She-Hulk actress said she doesn't care if the show is successful because she already got paid.
That's actually not what she said. She said she's very happy with the work she's doing and she thought it was exciting and she got paid doing it. So she was taught about being paid as a bonus, clearly.
Amazing. Yeah, she's not the brightest bulb.
But that's not what she said. He's manipulating what she said.
She responds with, the show is successful. We were #1 in America last week. If we don't get season 2, I am beyond happy with what we have. We made a lot of people happy, and we're happy and loved it. And then Yellow Flash does something very creative, which I love. She-Hulk audience score drops below Inhumans.
Yeah, but it got review bombed. I actually don't recall if Inhumans got review bombed. I just remember Inhumans just... here's the deal. Inhumans looks... I actually didn't watch Inhumans, but looks a lot worse than She-Hulk. And I remember kind of the people... there wasn't, this hate boner for it. There was just people who just seemed to genuinely dislike it. And I'm sure there's people who genuinely dislike She-Hulk as well. I'm absolutely certain. Some of the episodes haven't thrilled me, but I just saw episode 7. I really liked episode 7. That was probably my favorite of the whole series. Yeah, it hasn't overall thrilled me, but there's actually pretty good episodes in it. But the thing is, though, like, these people have their hate boner for it, so it makes negative reviews, fan reviews specifically, very hard to take seriously. Have they fixed Rotten Tomatoes on this yet? All right, so Rotten Tomatoes score. Let's make sure we actually have reviews under here. But right now it's saying 87% from critics and 35% from audience. Now, audience could just be anybody. People who haven't seen the show can do an audience score. That is subject to review bombing. Why the... Oh, wait. Rotten Tomatoes, why do we have critics just posting star... I wonder if maybe critics are just posting star reviews and not, like, actually, like, linking their reviews because of the hate train for this show. This is weird. I don't know why this is happening. Why can we not see these critic scores? And I would think if, like, Rotten Tomatoes was trying to, like, cover up something, they would be, like, more, it'd be smoother than that. It wouldn't be so goddamn obvious. So, like, why can't I see critic reviews for this? What if I scroll down? Are they maybe for the individual episodes? Okay, so let's click on an episode. Okay, now we have critic score. So, the critic score for a series must be the average of the individual reviews. As you see, they're largely positive here. So that's, I'm guessing, what they do. Is that what they do? So I'm guessing that's what they do, but I don't know, and I wish they were clearer on that. But like I said, like, the actual, like, you look at the actual critic scores, and they're largely good. And the first episode was actually pretty good. Like I said, this series isn't perfect, but it's solid. Yeah, the fact that it gets review bombed by people who either haven't seen it or just, you know, were already set up to hate it. Yeah. This series had a hate boner way more than Inhumans. That's the thing. Inhumans had a bad critic score too. So if I go to Inhumans, the critic score on that is actually significantly worse than the audience score. And, you know, and that's the thing. So critics are people who, like, watch things regularly, and part of their job is to have an opinion on this stuff, and when you do that a lot, you get kind of refined in what you look at, you know, how you look at things. It kind of does change your perspective when you do it regularly. An audience is just, you know, somebody who watches it. And the fact that this has a higher audience score than She-Hulk is one of the dumbest things ever. That's how you know something's not right, because, yeah. The divergence between these two scores tells you a lot. People who actually, like, know to look at things critically and are not, like, people just, you know, going to hate on something because of some political agenda. They dislike Inhumans but like She-Hulk, whereas people who are more prone to dislike something just because of some dumb political agenda dislike She-Hulk. Yeah.
Shield guys and one. Da. Yellow Flash dropping truth bombs there. Which is funny, and you guys can go watch that short.
Yeah, Yellow Flash is weird.
Up on his channel. Now, that short is linked down below in the description if you guys want to go check it out, as well as the link to Yellow Flash's channel and the link to her tweet if you guys want to go check it out, because, like I said, I'm blocked by so many people on Twitter, and I never know who any.
Yeah, I wonder why. I mean, I'm blocked by a few people on Twitter, but not a lot. Why are you blocked? It's almost like you bring a lot of negative energy to people.
These people are. They always have me blocked. If you guys follow me on Twitter, you know at least once a day I'm tweeting, you know, somebody's quote tweeting or somebody's posting something, and I'm like, yo, I'm blocked. What's it say? Like, I don't know who the heck this person is, but I'm blocked. What does it say? Which was a majority of the people responding her, and then, like, the people fighting with Jeremy. But, you know, just to talk about the whole situation, that just shows, like, they really don't care. And
what is she tweeting that, like, people like Jeremy Griggs and Chrissy Meyer aren't blocked from, but she is? What is the shit she is tweeting? Okay, so Keffels, point of view. You threatened to line me up against the wall and shoot me. Then you doxed all my followers who sent complaints about your conduct to the Minnesota Bar Association. Oh, so she had this guy. He was probably bad news. I kind of like Keffels. And she's complaining that Keffels is a deplatformer. Maybe they shouldn't have attacked her. I don't know. I'm not sure why Nerdrotic isn't on here. I wonder what there's so far. Here's the deal. I haven't seen too, like, as far as these anti-woke people, this isn't a particularly bad Twitter account. Bryce Dallas Howard was asked to lose weight for Jurassic World Dominion, but director Practice Me Variety. It was very noticeable how much she gained, so I agree, so you need to lose weight. Men like Chris Pratt have to get into godlike shape to play characters. You can be professional and do your fucking job. Put down the donut. Wow. Bryce Dallas Howard in Jurassic World. Okay, so like the director stood up and she was not overweight at all in that movie. Well, anyways, so here's the deal. Lots of times the men will complain about having to get into shape for these characters, and that's how come lots of times you'll notice as the sequels go by, they have less shirtless scenes, because that way they'll negotiate in their contracts that they don't have to do as rigorous a workout, and then, you know, they just have to be in shape so they look good in a shirt, but they don't have to, like, go without a shirt. So her essentially asking for the same thing, as, you know, this is the third one in the sequel, is 100% in line with what men do as well. And she did not look overweight in that movie. She looked 100% healthy. Oh, yeah, her Andor take. I brought this up on the podcast, but her Andor take was... So Andor murders 2 dudes in cold blood, but it's okay because he's looking for his sister, and Karn's investigating the death of his co-workers, but he's the bad guy. What the fuck is this? So, you know, she keeps on misunderstanding it, because if you've seen the first episode of Andor, the 2 dudes who kill him are shaking him down and robbing him, and...
I got 300 credits in my coat pocket. Wow. What are the chances on that? That is almost exactly what it costs to cover the fine.
Yeah. And there's a good decent chance they're going to kill him too. But they're actually cops in this little part of the galaxy. And yeah, they're shaking him down. Andor gets the upper hand on him. Their boss literally says, okay, he identifies 100% what's going on. He's like, okay, our guys were in the wrong. Come up with some excuse as to, you know, why they were there. Give them a hero's death, but nothing too fancy. We don't want parades. And bury this.
They're in a brothel, which we're not supposed to have, the expensive one, which they shouldn't be able to afford, drinking Rivnog, which we're not supposed to allow. Both of them supposedly on the job, which is a dismissible offence. They clearly harassed a human with dark features and chose the wrong person to annoy.
And then the co-worker decides he's going to go on this huge vigilante quest to catch the guy who did this. And it causes this little, like, battle in a town where lots of people die just because this guy is trying to catch the guy who killed a couple of fucking drunk muggers who weren't good at their job. And then this guy's pointing out, you're literally defending fascists, which, yeah, that's essentially, yeah, these guys are pretty fascist. And then, no, I'm not, Disney is, hence why I'm laughing. How's the character of Andor a fascist for getting the upper hand on 2 guys who are mugging him? I would like to, can you explain that? That's Star Wars goal. Answer that. I would love to know an explanation on that. Weirdos have been blowing up in my timeline calling me racist for over a week, following me to other platforms to harass me and stalking me through old tweets, trying to gotcha. They all conveniently forgot this one because it breaks their narrative. Fuck off, you weirdos. So this is you saying you like this version of Cinderella. Fine. You know that's essentially the I have one black friend argument, right? There you go, yeah. Simon Blackburn. I own one movie with a black lead, therefore I'm safe from criticism is an excellent defense. Alpha male right here. I I don't know. Blocking somebody is not a beta move, I would say. It's a way of saying, I don't need you in my life. Get the fuck out. All right, so the original tweet. When you're so media illiterate, you don't realize the point of Andor's character has always been to show the rebels in Star Wars are not squeaky clean good characters. And her response is, first time showing the rebels weren't squeaky clean, in quotes. He never said first time. He never said, okay, dude, go back and watch Star Wars before you try lecture me. It's a picture of the McClunky. Well, it's Han shooting first, which is the thing to know. But the thing is, yeah, just because that's the first time that was shown that they weren't squeaky clean, that doesn't mean that it has to be the only time. What? You're saying, okay, there's one scene where Han shoots first, and therefore, from now on, we must show the rebels being squeaky clean because there's this one scene? What argument is that? The point of Andor is that we're getting into, like, the nitty-gritty of the rebellion. No Jedi, no Force, this nitty-gritty of the rebellion stuff, which I kind of think is cool. And, yeah, it's not going to be squeaky clean. Do you think it should be squeaky clean just because in one moment Han shot first, and this is even the semi-special edition where, like, it does the weird head move for Han? If you've read any of the interviews from the cast, you'd know they're exploring the gray areas in the characters, but probably not intelligent enough to understand complex narrative. And then her response, gray areas? Hun, there's nothing gray about murder, but you've obviously not intelligent enough to understand that, which is terrifying. Seek professional help. Wow, she is really, like, hardcore into this Andor thing. Maybe I should look at her Andor video. Let's get this done, but I think we're going to look at her Andor video, too. Because she really doesn't understand that. Yes, it's a gray area. Jesus Christ.
I've been covering She-Hulk extensively here on my channel because I actually do care. Unlike the people that actually work on this show, I actually like this character. I like her origin story. I like Jen, and I just think that she's actually a really good character, that there's so much potential, and it drives me batshit fucking crazy with what they've done. Everything that Jessica Gao, the woman that writes the show, claims that she wants. She wants a sitcom showing every single day life. And it's like, but you don't do that ever. You haven't done that once in the show. She's like, oh yeah, doing laundry. You haven't shown her doing laundry once.
That was like an example. So what? Are you arguing that you want an episode focused around her doing laundry? Like we see her doing like dating apps and shit. Are you passionate for that laundry episode? Give me a fucking laundry episode, motherfuckers.
That would be a funny fucking plot line, is that she just fought a bad guy. How do you get, alien blood or monster blood or superhuman blood off of your favorite pair of shoes or off your favorite top? How do you get like that out of your hair? What about just doing the She-Hulk laundry for her like giant clothes versus her normal clothes? What's it like, I don't know, trying to find a bra that's gonna fit you at all times, that's not like an ugly sports bra? That's funny shit.
They have covered the clothing issue on the show. I guess they haven't they kind of did an episode focusing on it, where she went to a tailor with the goal of having him make an outfit that would fit fairly well on both Jen and Hulk.
Could be in the show. They claim that they want a sitcom, but I don't think they've ever seen a sitcom in their entire life, because this is not a sitcom. And the chick...
I would actually say that's one of the things that doesn't thrill me when it hits the sitcom angle, because yes, it does actually have a lot of sitcom elements. The biggest thing it would be missing is a laugh track, which is kind of outdated, which is why they aren't doing it. I think Big Bang Theory was really the last sitcom to really successfully use a laugh track. They haven't really done that in a while. I think The Office really changed the landscape as far as laugh tracks.
Playing Titania, I saw her doing an interview where she was talking about, and I'll do a follow-up video on this because I'm gonna have to go and find this again, but she was talking about how she's like, oh yeah, the character I play, I love that it's like the exact opposite of me. And then you go and you look at her social media, it's like, no, the character that you play is exactly like you, except you're not super powered and you're probably not as mean. It's just mind-blowing how out of touch these people are. And Jeremy was right. It's like she admitted she doesn't care about the quality of the show. She just got paid. All she cared about was.
But that's not even what she said. That's just what Jeremy manipulated it to, and his mindless fan base just went, yep, that's it. No, it's not it. That is not what she said. She said, I was happy to work on Marvel, and I got paid too, so yay.
Was having fun, which I'm not blaming anyone. I hope everyone that goes to work has fun. I hope that every single person on this planet has a job that they love and that they get genuine joy going to, and that they're having fun. Like, I think that is important. I mean, unless you're like an executioner, then I think you might have problems, like serious mental problems, if you find joy in that. So I take that. I'll backtrack on that a little bit. I mean, there's jobs that I don't think about, but then I don't know why when I said that, like the Green Mile came into my head, and I was like, oh, maybe that's not a job you should find joy in. But I get you. I hope you get some kind of fulfillment. Maybe it's the paycheck, and that's like the fulfilling part of the job. It's just that now this is going on a tangent. Let's get back to it. But with her, it's like, yeah, she's not talking about, oh, I loved this character, I loved getting into like getting to play this dynamic character and getting to explore like another aspect of, you know, my acting ability and all of that. No, it's, I got to meet all of these people and I got money. It's like, all right, congratulations, you got money, you get money doing a lot of things, but it's like you don't care, and then you expect us to care. You expect the people that you're relying on your paycheck coming from to care about a show that you actually don't give two shits about. You don't care about.
But that's not what she said. She literally said she was having fun. And at the beginning of this discussion, you were talking about how she talked about how she's having fun. But now you've totally derailed it. And you're like, oh, she's doing it for the paycheck. No, she said she's doing it for having fun. Why are you misinterpreting what she said?
This character. You care about meeting people at red carpet events and getting a paycheck. Which I get it. You need to eat. You need to put food on the table. You need to pay bills and whatnot.
Wow, so she's just going to take Jeremy's side blindly on this one. Nice. That is not what she said, though.
But when you go around calling people every single name under the sun and you spend hours upon hours fighting with people on Twitter because they're pointing out these things.
Okay, let's look at these hours upon hours on Twitter she spent fighting people. As a huge Marvel fan, I loved making this show. It's for the people this genre forgot all these years, and those people love it and thank us every day. We didn't stick to any old formula. We still made it to #1 in the ratings, and we had a blast making it. Honestly, this seems about like that Star Wars girl Twitter, except for a bit less cringe. Here we go, where she lost it. She-Hulk actress doesn't care if they're sexual because she got paid. I got to live... Okay, let's look over this original tweet by hers again. Dude, who cares? I got to live my dream and be in a Marvel project and go on to events where I got to meet all my my favorite Marvel stars and talk to them about their movies, and I got paid. My cup is full, but how's your life going? Wow. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay, and she replied, the show is successful. Made #1. If we don't get a season 2, I'm beyond happy with what we have. We made a lot of people happy, and we were happy and loved it. It's the most boring garbage Marvel ever made. It makes Captain Marvel seem like a masterpiece. In no way is this show #1. Can't wait till it's over so I can stop reviewing it. You can stop reviewing it now, dude. Man, this is a miserable and aggressive way to live and speak to strangers, dude. Did you feel a bit called out about the way we discuss men during the Women Online with so much animosity? You literally said that if it doesn't get to season 2, it'll be okay because you got to live the dream and got paid and was to do so he found a way to twist your words. WandaVision also did 1 season. I doubt they're crying. If the show is a success, as you say, there will be a season 2. None of these so-called haters will matter. Which begs the question as to why do you continue to focus on negativity when you claim there's so much positivity? Because why only live in a bubble of congratulations? I engage with plenty of people who love the show. Wait, does anybody think that Jameela doesn't care about the show? Dude, she's promoting the show in many different ways. Maybe next time, get a job. You get a job while you study the source material. I didn't write the show. I knew the source material backwards. They changed my character, and it was a fun cartoonist diversion. It's satire. Try not to get so upset with everything and take it so seriously. I'm looking for the point where she calls people names here. Made a lot of people unnecessarily angry, which is also a great... Okay. Show is successful. She's replying to fans and haters. Let's see. I'm really having trouble finding the shit where she's calling people names. I'm really having this. Wait, do they post Nielsen's online? So She-Hulk made it in above Sandman as far as original. What's acquired mean? I don't know. So it didn't make the overall, but made the original standing for the week of August 29th till September 4th. Not the best website. But yeah, I would like some links of her calling people names.
It's like, it's night and day compared to, people that actually used to care about their craft versus people now. It's all about that instantaneous like, that click.
Wow, that's, you're describing yourself right now. You are so describing the anti-woke, so many of these anti-woke guys. Critical Drinker, Nerdrotic, they're just looking for those clicks. Geeks and Gamers are looking for those clicks, although I feel like they might be like true believers in the bigotry.
That, oh my gosh, this instant gratification of, I did this one Marvel show that's all about female empowerment when all it does is make women, the absolute monsters of society, not the heroes, all the women.
I need a source. When did they make women the monsters of society in She-Hulk? I need a source on that shit.
In the show are basically villains, and it just makes
source
women in general look fucking terrible, and it's just like to make yourself strong. And then this doesn't have to do with male or female. It just, a strong character shouldn't be strong by cutting others down. That is a villain. That is something that a villain does. But that.
So I need an explanation on that, how that's She-Hulk. Yeah, there are weaker, there are villainous or crappy male characters, but there are positive male characters as well. Bruce is a positive male character in She-Hulk. There's that one guy she works with, I want to say his name is Pug. He's just he's essentially a superhero fanboy. But I've seen nothing negative about him in the series. And there are women who are negative in that series as well. Titania is a villain and pretty awful.
Is literally everything that happens in this show with all of the heroes of the show. Is you have to make yourself look better by making other people look worse. And that's what they do.
Well, in general, they make villains look bad in everything because they're villains. That's the point of a narrative. You know that, right? You know in Star Wars, where you take your name off in Star Wars, they made the Empire look bad because they were the villains. That's what you do in a narrative.
That's what these women that are writing this show are doing. They're taking, female characters, and the only reason why they're better is because they have to make every single man in the show fucking stupid.
Not all the men in the show are stupid, and not all the female characters are good. I just gave examples to bad female characters and good male characters in this show. Are you watching?
Except for Hulk. That's one thing, and I'm sure that's because Kevin Feige had a lot to say about that. But it's just, this is why the show sucks. This is why the ratings are so bad. This is why everyone hates this show. And I mean, it's fine, enjoying a bad show. I've never said anything against people. You can enjoy the show as much as you want. Just, it's not a good show. It's not, they want to drop John Byrne's name all the time. John Byrne is probably sitting back just covering his face being like, why the hell? Stop referencing me. This has nothing to do with the comics that he wrote. And all they...
Does John Byrne have a Twitter account? Yeah. In 2005, criticizing portrayals of Superman, emphasizing his connection to his home planet, Byrne described immigrants with what he perceives as excessive attachment to their nations of origin as ungrateful little shits. Byrne received criticism for saying that transgender people are mentally ill and comparing them to pedophiles. Wow. I'm not sure I care what John Byrne thinks.
they would have to do is read one to see that, but that's too hard. You can't expect people in Hollywood to do their job. All they want to do is go to red carpet events and meet people, take that Instagram photo, and then brag about it and how much money they made. That's all that is. That's why this show is failing. And this was a perfect example. I wish I could show you guys more, but I am blocked by like 90% of the people in that thread. So go and check out.
So, C seems to be wrapping up here. I don't think she has much more to say. But this whole video was simply her just taking Jeremy Griggs' side, not looking at the other side, just taking Jeremy Griggs' side and just rolling with that. That's really great research, Anna. Well done. Fucking nailing it there. Jesus. So let's see. So I gotta look at her Andor stuff. This is, let's see this. First episode's reviewed.
What's up, all my Ewoks, Tribbles, Droids, and Wookiees? It's Anna, also is Star Wars Girl, and in today's...
Yeah, she starts every video with a British accent for some reason, for like a couple like sentences, and then she drops it. I don't know why she does that.
I'm going to be doing a review of the new Star Wars Andor show. Now, as of this moment, I have not watched it. What I'm going to do, because they released 3 episodes at once for some reason, I'm going to sit down, watch episode 1, film my little review, then sit down and watch episode 2, film the little review, then sit down and watch episode 3, film my little review, and it'll all come together at the end. Now, full disclosure, out of all of the characters that were introduced in Rogue One, Andor was my least favorite. I thought he was a fucking dick until he added...
I didn't think he was a dick, but he was definitely the one I was least interested in Rogue One. I don't know if I'm going to make it through this whole thing. This is 27 minutes.
Like, redeeming moment, and still I'm like, I don't like you, dude. Like, I just didn't care for him. So them basing an entire show around him, I'm like, unless you want to show like how they got K2SO, I don't really see what the point is. But I mean, that's what the show's about. So that being said, let's sit down and watch it. But before that, guys, my channel is Hardcore Shadowband here on YouTube. So every single like...
Shut up.
Let's get on to the reviews. All right. I just finished episode 1. And the biggest criticism I can give is that there's no actual, like, there's no complete story. Usually when you watch an episode of a show, even if it's not like episodic, there's usually a plot. You know, there's a beginning, there's a middle, and there's an end. This...
Well, I mean, kind of. It depends. Like, Game of Thrones used to do that a lot. Yeah, sometimes episodic series will do like episodic and serial, but like Game of Thrones frequently they would even talk about how like they will just sometimes they'll just do an episode that's just, you know, story. They aren't like, you know, they aren't meant to stand on their own, which Andor seems to largely be following too.
This was kind of just like, here's all of this setup and exposition, and then they just cut it off. And it's not one of those things where it's like leaving you wanting more, which that's clearly what they were going for. It's just, we ran out of time. Like, we tried to tell this story and all of this, you know, the pacing was just terrible. That being said, out of all the Disney shows, like Boba Fett, Kenobi, Mando, like, I feel like Mando starting off was like, it was the most interesting, and then you got the payoff of like Baby Yoda at the end. This, there's no payoffs, but at least like this one, I will give it to him. It was somewhat interesting. It's like, okay, like me, I like I said earlier, like this was, I don't really care about this character, but it was kind of compelling. The writing is actually better than what I was expecting. I think it was written by Tony Gilroy. He's actually, it's not that bad. Like the setup is that Andor is looking for his sister, and it's showing flashbacks from his past, which, I mean, maybe this dude that wrote this is like a really big fan of Mad Max, and so he based it on like Mad Max Thunderdome, because if you guys ever watched Mad Max Thunderdome, there's a scene where Max finds all of these kids, and all of like the oldest one, I don't know, is maybe like 15 at most. And all of these kids are living and like surviving, and all of their clothes and stuff are made from like this plane that crashed. And so there's no adults, it's all kids. And so when Andor shows this flashback, it's kind of the same thing. It's all kids kind of in like this tropical Amazon like type setting, and they're all living.
That drew her to Mad Max is because it's all kids. There's lots of stories about all kids. I mean, hell, Lord of the Flies is a famous story, much more famous than Mad Max Thunderdome. Like, she's relating it to, like, the worst part of Mad Max Thunderdome. Like, Mad Max Thunderdome, like, has a great first half, and the second half, when the kids show up, it's kind of, overall a good movie. But yeah, it's like a great first half, and then the second half, it kind of just, But yeah, just because there's kids involved, yeah, it's more of a kind of a Lord of the Flies setup, really, but it doesn't really go there with it. But why are you going to Mad Max? Is because kids
living and like these kind of huts, and everything that they're wearing looks like it was made from a crashed ship. Like their clothes, their huts, like their tools, everything is just kind of found objects and made. And again, the oldest person that I spotted was probably 15 or 16 years old, and everyone else was really young. So it's just like a colony of kids. And I mean, I feel like the age is a little bit off, but it like some kind of ship crashes, and then him and like the older kids go and look for it, and they leave the little kids there. And I had subtitles on, and there is no subtitles for this dialogue. They're all speaking some random language. They're not speaking basic, and so you don't know what the fuck they're saying. But
You don't know what they're saying? I don't remember that. It's funny, I didn't remember they didn't speak English, because I remember following along with it fairly well, because, you can follow along with their actions. That's interesting. See, I didn't remember they don't speak English. Because I mean, you even watch that scene, and I'm getting the impression she's essentially saying, don't go, and he's saying, I'm going to go. And she's saying, don't go, and he's saying, I'm going to go, you stay here. And then he goes, and she's looking disappointed. Yeah, I did not remember there wasn't English for this. I want to give credit to the show for making what's going on very clear, despite the fact there's no English dialogue. That's on you if you can't read what they're doing, what they're meaning without the dialogue, man.
The gist of it is that they're going to go inspect this crash. I don't know if this is supposed to be like the crash from the Clone Wars. And I was like, oh my God, did somebody actually read an expanded universe novel? Because one of the plot lines in the Clone Wars and the Thrawn trilogy is that the Noghri, their planet kind of got destroyed by a, battle in space above their planet during the Clone Wars, and it destroyed their planet. And, Thrawn took advantage of their need and stuff. So if you read the expanded universe, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you didn't, you have no fucking idea, but I just kind of gave you a little snidbit of it. Read it. It's good.
I've read the Thrawn trilogy, but I read it in high school. So
Thrawn trilogy and Thrawn duology, fucking great. Timothy Zahn, fantastic writer. They should get him to write their damn shows, but they probably just don't want to pay him, which doesn't make any sense to me because that stuff would be good, but it is what it is. So yeah, this episode is him looking for his sister. He shows up. He goes to a strip club or a brothel, which they say it in the episode. So yeah, it's a brothel. If anyone yells at me that this is for fucking kids, they literally said brothel in the fucking show. So, So he goes.
So yeah, we don't want kids hearing the word brothel, people. They're not allowed to hear that word. It's not like we see two people going at it or Andor picking up a hooker or anything. He does talk to the women in there, but just hearing the word brothel, Like, a kid might ask their parent what a brothel is, but then it's up to the parent to decide whether or not they want to explain what a brothel is or not. The show does not define brothel.
Goes there, there's some dudes there, and they're pissed because he gets served first, and the chick is just like, yo, yeah, I'm serving you first because they're fucking weird. They got some kind of like whole power thing, like I'm not into it. And he's like, I'm looking for this one chick. She might be my sister. And she's like, homeboy, good luck, get the fuck out. And then the guys go and try to jump him, and he beats the, oh, he doesn't beat the shit out of him. He accidentally kills one, then shoots the other straight in the face because he's looking for his sister because something happened to his sister. And at the end of the episode, it's like all the little Mad Max kids are going off into the woods, the older ones, and they leave behind all the little kids. For some reason, they don't leave older ones to stay with the little kids. At least it doesn't show any of the older ones with the little kids. And it's just his sister looking off at him. Like, he abandoned his sister, so his whole life mission now is trying to find his sister. And I'm like, so you've been looking for your sister for like...
So apparently you figured out what was going on without the subtitles. So why do you need the subtitles?
20 plus years, man. Like, I get it. I had to look for my sister too, and it fucking sucked because, you know, if you know what happened to me, you know what happened. But I mean, you've been looking for her for over 20 years. I mean, that's the thing. It's like, it's not a
Yes. What do you
complete
need?
Story. They should.
It's episode 1 of a series. How complete do you want it to be? Like, if it's like maybe if it's like a sitcom, like fucking Cheers, sure. But this is obviously meant to be at least semi-serialized. So no, it's not going to give you all the answers.
Should have ended the episode with something about, you know, one of his friends telling him, because the whole time he does something, he goes to this planet, he kills the two guard guys, then he goes, and the rest of the episode he's trying to
Now, what I think is interesting is here she seems to understand that the guards jumped him, and, you know, he essentially did self-defense on them, but yeah, all of a sudden later on Twitter, she's offended
cover
by
his
it.
tracks, and he got something that he wants to sell. And then the chick from that Wizard of Oz show that failed is in this, and Brix, I think is her name. And he needs to get her because she's got some kind of contact that buys black market items. So he's got this to sell to her, and she's got to go get in contact with that. And then the rest of it is him covering his tracks. And then some Imperial dude who's not an Imperial. It's like some branch of the Imperial dude or the Empire. But he's got giant feet. That's one thing. I was like, damn, that guy's got big feet. Like, he's in his uniform. This dude is the only one that's getting anything done that I've seen in any show. Like, this dude is actually working, which is so bizarre. I was like, wow, they actually wrote a character that's working and is doing their job and is like investigating murders. I was like, wow, it would be mind-blowing if anyone else in Star Wars was doing their job. And even like the people that work with him are giving him shit for doing his job. And like, yeah, he's the weird like anal guy that you work for, that like everything has to be by the book and everything has to be done. But I'm like, the dude's like investigating his coworkers' murders. Like, I don't think he's the bad guy in this situation.
Except it's the guys were jumping Andor, and the boss knew that that's what was going on. He knew they were in the wrong and said, you know, fucking bury this, and he chose not to. And he has big feet? What? Do we even get a shot of his feet? Maybe? Oh, his feet. I can't tell. What the? Whatever.
Which, I mean, that's what Disney does. They make the Empire the good guys. Like, some shady dude showed up on a planet and killed two of this dude's coworkers, and he doesn't like that the guy, his superior, is trying to cover it up, so he's literally trying to investigate who the fuck showed up on this planet. And
because they were clearly in the wrong, the manager knew they were clearly in the wrong and wanted him to bury it. This guy's gonna go out later and get people killed to defend people who were robbing people, his coworkers who were mugging people, shaking them down. It's, yeah.
And murdered his coworkers, but he's the bad guy. It's like, what? And remember, I said this, the writing of this episode is probably the best out of all of Star Wars, and this is, not Star Wars, Disney fan fiction Star Wars. And this is how bizarre it is. I'm like, You made the bad guy the good guy, unless they're going to do some kind of switch. Like, he realizes, well, I mean, still, investigating your coworkers' murders, again, not a bad thing. But he's going to...
Except the case was already solved, which is why the manager was like, why his boss was like,
to be the bad guy that's hunting down Andor, but it's like, but Andor killed his coworkers, so I mean... He's not the bad guy in this situation. And I don't think that, I mean, maybe the writer has read Les Mis and he's trying to do something like that. But even then, it's like in Les Mis, Jean Valjean didn't kill anyone. He stole a loaf of bread. But still, it's like.
Yeah, no, I feel like it's very Les Mis inspired. He's getting dedicated to going after someone who, quite frankly, doesn't need going after. And Les Mis is just somebody who stole a loaf of bread. So that's pretty clear cut. Here, it's somebody who's going after somebody when he's been told, your coworkers were in the wrong. They got murdered because they were probably drinking on the job and mugging somebody. We don't want the Empire to catch wind that this was what happened, so we need to bury this.
This episode did not.
And it's worth noting, what his investigation leads to is innocent people getting killed in a town when he gets a whole bunch of his men to go after Andor to defend two murderers.
Have a beginning, middle, and end. This episode had a beginning.
I guess we don't know if they're murderers, two muggers at the very least.
Not really a middle, a start of an exposition and then it ended, which is I think why they released 3 episodes. But as of right now, I haven't.
Well, yeah, that's exactly what they did, because the first 3 episodes are Act 1 of this series.
Seen the other 2, so that's kind of my review of episode 1.
Okay, we saw a review of episode 1 and it was bad. I'm bad. I'm done going over that Star Wars girl for right now. This was a bit much. She's not the most engaging media creator. But I did want to conclude with this. So next year, Cincinnati Comic Expo, since you seem willing to go to Cincinnati Comic Expo, I will be applying to do a panel discussing the anti-woke and the toxic fandom menace that are ruining a lot of entertainment for a lot of people. And if you come back to the Cincinnati area, I would love to debate you on this panel. We could live stream it however you want to do. And, this isn't just to that Star Wars girl. Anybody, any of you anti-woke people, Nerdrotic, Critical Drinker, you can at me, and we can figure out a time to debate. Ethan Van Sciver, you've invited me to debate before. You want to come down to Cincinnati Comic Expo and do a debate panel? I'd love to do that. And you know what? And just the random people who like to troll me on YouTube. I'll be setting up a panel. If you want to come voice your opinions to me at the panel, you're welcome to come on board. I think it could be an interesting thing. Let's see if you're willing to put your money where your mouth is.
They think order and chaos are somehow opposites and try to control what won't.
Do you enjoy pain?
Pain don't hurt.